Citroen has earned an enviable reputation for its people carriers, and the SpaceTourer sits at the top of that family tree. Though based on the brand's medium-sized dispatch van, it also shares its EMP2 platform with the French maker's C4 Picasso MPV, and that, along with sophisticated suspension, means a class-leading standard of ride. This model's running cost efficiency also sets a fresh class standard, and there's a wider variety of seating permutations than most rivals can offer. Tick the right boxes, and your SpaceTourer could take as many as 9 people. It's all been very thoroughly thought through.
The SpaceTourer is an MPV based on a van that's built on Citroen's EMP2 family car platform. As a result, this large people carrier rides over poor road surfaces with a calm and composure that most of its commercial vehicle-derived rivals just can't match. Helping in this regard is a suspension design using adaptive shock absorbers that provide excellent control no matter how many people are on board. At higher speeds, you get some wind and road noise, but through the bends, the handling is surprisingly stable and there's plenty of grip. Another benefit of using a passenger car base lies in the way that the SpaceTourer feels more nimble and compact than rivals when you're threading through city streets or making your way along country lanes. Light steering and a tight turning circle contribute here too. Under the bonnet, there's a choice of 4 Blue HDI diesel engines with optional clutchless gearboxes available both at the bottom and the top of the range. Customers are given the choice of either a 1.6 litre unit with either 95 or 115 bhp, or the 2 litre power plant we're trying here, available in either 150 or 180 bhp geysers. Go for this 150 bhp unit and you can expect 53.3 miles per gallon on the combined cycle and 139 grams per kilometre of CO2. Look at the class leaders in the super large van-based MPV segment, and it's clear that a lot of effort has been put in to distance the designs in question from their LCV underpinnings, which is why Citroen has put so much work in here to create the smart and actually quite attractive silhouette of this SpaceTourer model. The 1.9 metre height of that long flat roof is important. It means this model can fit under normal car park height restrictions. And the length is critical too. Don't automatically assume that a super large MPV like this one has to be super long from bonnet to rear bumper. One of the body style options with this model is a relatively compact 4.6 metre long XS body shape that actually measures in at around 250mm shorter than car-derived MPVs like Ford's Galaxy or Volkswagen Chiron. Most SpaceTourer buyers, though, will want the extra interior room of this 4.95 metre long M version, plus there's also a 5.3 metre long XL option if you really want to supersize things. I move to the back, and as you'd expect, the vertically stacked lights flank a tailgate rather than the twin side hinge doors you get on a dispatch van. Now, the space you get here with all 3 rows of seats in place obviously varies depending on the body style that you've chosen. With this mid-range M body shape, there's 627mm of length from the back of the 3rd seating row to the tailgate, which means you get 640 litres of cargo space up to the level of the low bay cover, or as much as 900 litres if you were to load up to the roof. A lot of the time, of course, you'll be using this Citroen with only 5 seats in place. Now, if on this M model we fold the 3rd row seat backs down onto their bases, we'll increase loading capacity up to 1,100 litres or 1,950 litres if we load it to the roof height. So finally, let's cover the capacity you'd get when you only need the front 2 seats. In this M model, with 2nd and 3rd row backrests folded onto their bases, you would have 2,000 litres of space up to parcel shelf level and 3,000 litres up to roof height. If you were to entirely take the 2nd and 3rd row seating out, those figures would each rise by 1,200 litres. Enough on luggage space though. What's this Citroen like for people? Well, let's start up front, open up the wide driver's door and step up behind the wheel to find out. This particular model is a business trimmed variant, which means that there's the no-cost option of the dual front passenger bench that would normally be fitted in a dispatch van. The fascia's focal point is found with this centrally situated 7-inch colour touchscreen, the most sophisticated we've come across in any Citroen so far. It includes a mirror screen feature, so you can duplicate your smartphone's display onto the monitor via either the Apple CarPlay or the MirrorLink Android Auto systems. Here in the second row, where you get ample knee, shoulder and headroom, there's a 3-person rear bench that'll have a 60-40 split in it, provided you've taken up the option of having a third seating row behind. Now, on a field model, the seats are mounted on rails, so you can slide them backwards and forwards, although not individually. The middle seat will be joined to one of the outer ones. Now, let's see what it's like in the optional third row of this SpaceTourer. The outer passenger side seat lifts and tilts forward to aid access, and that's something that's further aided by the provision of a higher roofline than you'd find in something like a Citroen or a Galaxy. And once you are in, you'll be reminded just why medium-sized vans make such a great starting point for a properly large, family-sized MPV. Instead of being crammed in cattle class as you would be in even the largest car-based people carriers, there's more than enough space here for arms, legs and heads. The Citroen SpaceTourer is a welcome addition to the largest segment of the MPV market. Its good looks and smart interior give it instant appeal, while the versatility of choosing from 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 seat configurations across 3 different body lengths give this French model more options than most rivals can offer. The problems with this MPV, such as they are, tend also to be things that apply to rivals in the segment. You'll get plenty of body roll if you're running late and you start throwing this Citroen around. And if you want to take the rear seats out, you need to be strong of back if you can't enlist someone else to help you. Otherwise, this Citroen's main issue probably lies in the fact that much the same package and much the same price is available badged as either a Peugeot Traveller or a Toyota Proace Verso, which means that if you like the design of this people carrier, and we can see why you might, then a decision to go for this Citroen version will probably be heavily influenced by the kind of deal being offered. Value, though, continues to be a brand strong point, just like MPV design, in fact. Some things never change.